Oh, hello, Morena. Happy Friday. How did Friday happen so fast this week? I tell you, this week feels like it's been 10 minutes long. Anyway, here we are. Now, I wrote a blog this week. For some of you who get my newsletters, you will have read a blog about middle age. And I was writing about the whole concept of middle age because it pisses me off when people give up. You know, and I see a lot of it. People saying, oh, you know, I'm like, oh my God, but you might have like 30 years on the planet. Giddy up. Now, I'm 55 this year, and the average New Zealand woman lives till she's 87. So, you know, that means that I've got about 32 years left on the planet, which means I've got about 1,600 weekends left. 1,600 weekends. That's interesting, isn't it? I'm like, righty-ho. So what am I going to do with all these weekends? And then I'm like, you know, we've got to make the most of our time, don't we? We've got to make the most of our time. And I can't believe that people kind of give up. And then they go, oh no, but I'm over halfway. So I was thinking about that. This woman said this to me this week when I was talking to her. I was in Rotorua. We were talking and she said, oh no, but I'm over halfway, you know, and that's really depressing. And, you know, and I might only have 20 years left. And I'm like, yeah, okay, but how about this for a bit of a fucking idea, right? I'm pretty excited about this. I might be over halfway, unless I live till I'm 110, which might be a pain in the ass for a lot of people. But anyway, how about the idea that even though you're over halfway, you haven't got as much to do, right? Because the first half of your life, so when I wrote my book, Juggling in High Heels, I wrote about the 3 acts for women's life. So act 1 is all about you, right? It's just all about you. You're learning about you. You're discovering about you. Act 2 is all about everyone else, where you're kind of, you know, you've got to get the man, get the kid, get the house, get the blah, blah. It's boring, isn't it? You know, you're doing all the getting and you're in service like in that. So the first 25 years, you're kind of just all about you, learning about yourself, working yourself out. Next 25 years, looking after every other motherfucker, right? That's pretty much your job. You know, really, it's what you do. If you choose to have family, then you're exhausting yourself running around after them. Choose to have a partner, fitting on your life in around that. And then you wake up and you're 50 and then you go, do you know what? Bit sick of this shit. And then you get to do what you want for that third act, which I really like the idea of that. And then I'm thinking, but you see, you might be 2/3 through. Now I've messed with the maths because now we're only living till we're 70. Pete, if you're listening, Pete will be doing his head in because my friend Pete's into maths and he'll be like, for fuck's sake, Lisa. He knows I can't do maths and I mess up with the numbers all the time. He'll be having a big laugh. He's got a good laugh, Pete. Anyway, another story. So if you are in your final third, because now we're just working on the 75, all right, because I can do 325s. So if you're in that, the 25 years is easy street though, right? Because you don't have to like buy a house. You don't have to raise a family. You don't have to build a career. Like hopefully you've done lots of that stuff and you might still be paying for your house. You might still be working, but you're not doing all that exhausting building. So you have a shitload of energy left. Now, I know that some people would say that your energy declines as you age. And that's probably true, right? But just for a moment, think about the fact that you have less to expend it on. And so you can afford to put your energy into stuff that really matters, stuff you really want to do. I love that. And I'm going, oh my God, like, don't worry about the time, right? Because it's about how much energy you've got and what you can put that energy into. And I just fucking love this concept because I'm like, there's not as much to do. And all the doing, we just spend so much time doing, don't we? Doing. And I've been rewarded for doing my whole life. And now I'm really trying to lean into being. And who do I want to be? So now I'm going to live till I'm 85. I've changed the maths again, all right? You're keeping up. So now I've got 30 years at least. I'm actually going to die when I'm 102. I worked that out once in meditation. Anyway, that's another story. But so 30 or 40 years on the planet. Imagine what I can do in 30 or 40 years where I'm not looking after people, running people's lives, building businesses, buying property. I mean, I might still buy property. Do you think I might? I might get rich. I might become a property mogul. I don't know. Anyway, possibilities are endless is all I'm really telling you. And I really like the idea that our possibilities are endless and we can do whatever we fucking like. And if you're heading around 50, I just don't want you to give up. I don't want you to go, oh no, it's all downhill from here. Because what if it was just downhill in a good way? You know how when you've done a hike and you're exhausted and then you go, yay, now we get to go down. And down's always better, isn't it? I reckon we spend that first 50 years just fucking going up. And then the second 50, what if it was downhill? What if it was downhill, right? That's why you got to look after your knees, because you need them to go downhill. So there you go. That's what's happening in my brain this week. My brain is busy thinking about second half of life, around what does middle age look like? What are your beliefs around that? Do you believe we get worse? Do you believe we get better? Now I understand the physical reality of getting up out of a chair and going, oh, right, that's a thing. Right. And all the physicality of dried out joints and bloody, all the stuff that happens to our physically aging bodies. But there's a lot we can do about that. You've really got to lean into taking your supplements and doing your stretches and looking after yourself, because it would be such a shame to be on the downward slope, on the home run of greatness, and then your body crap out. Wouldn't that be a shame? So we've got to look after our bodies. That's the most important thing, because if you want your rental car to keep going, you have to look after it, give it a good service, look after yourself. That's important. But I think our mindset really matters. And the minute you start thinking, oh no, I'm too old for that. Oh no, I can't do that. I don't want to hear you say that. Right? I want you to get into AI. I want you to embrace technology. I want you to buy a new phone. I want you to upgrade everything. And I want you to stay at the front. Because if you stay at the front and you slip back a couple, you're only at the middle, But if you're at the back and you slip back, you're fucked. You never catch up. So if you can't work things, I suggest you learn, right? I've got a friend and her sister's just enrolled her in computer classes because she said, mate, you're going to be fucked without it, because she's not very computer literate and hasn't needed to be, but it's like she's living on her own and she needs to get with the program, right? We need to get with the program, and the technology is a big deal. It's a very big deal. Do you know, I've just uploaded a whole lot of recipes and asked AI to make me a grocery list. Fuck, I love this shit. It's so much fun. And don't be scared of it. Do some fun stuff. Go, hey, I want to make these 5 dishes for a dinner party. What's the grocery list? AI. And it will tell you. Isn't that genius? It's so good. Just saves you so much time. And there are so many cool things, and nothing bad's going to happen to you if you have a little play with some technology, right? Everything's reversible. Don't worry. Just unplug it, plug it in again. You'll be fine. But it's quite good to get into these things. Try new apps, right? Look into some of the stuff that's happening. Ask people, what's the coolest tech you're using at the moment? Because you'll be surprised the sort of tech that people are using and what they love, right? What they like and what they don't like. My daughter was telling me tonight about an app that uploads recipes from Instagram that you want to save, gives you a grocery list, and then suggests the cheapest supermarket based on your location for the products. Fucking hell, are you joking? I remember my mother going through the newspaper and cutting out little bits of paper to take to the supermarket to get a discount. Well, those days are gone. Now we've got all these apps and we've got all this technology and we've got stuff, we've got voice recognition and you can talk to your phone and it will send a text message without you having to type, and all of these things really help. So I think getting at the front of that, I'm trying to stay constantly curious is my vibe. Constantly curious instead of getting into no. So you've got to stay with, oh, what would that be like? Oh, I wonder if I can do that. Oh, I wonder if I can do that. And people that are walking around with an iPhone bloody 8 going, oh, well, I don't use it that much. I'm like, oh, bitch, get in the hole, dig a hole, lie down, because it's over, right? You've got to get with the program. And people that won't spend money on phones piss me off. People say, oh, I'm not buying a new phone, bloody $2,000. I'm like, oh, you know what? Buy a new phone. If I said to you, I've got a box in front of me, and in this box is a calculator a video camera, a photography camera, a voice recorder, like a dictaphone, we used to call them, right? A calendar, a booking system, all of your emails. Like my phone now is better than the first Mac computer I ever bought, like bigger and stronger and faster, and it's $2,000. It's fucking nothing. If I worked out per use, my phone, I tell you, I'd pay off my phone in a week. I use it that much. I just think it's amazing. And your phone can do so many things for you. You can even find your fucking keys now. I tell you, you can scan a room and say, where are my keys? And it will tell you. Do you know what? It's unbelievable. So there you go. So if you think you're old, you're not. If you think you're running out of time, you're not. And if you're not into technology, giddy up. Right, there you go. That's my Friday. That's my little rant. So we're not old. We're embracing age. We don't have as much to do, so we've got more time than ever because we've got less time but less to do. Does that make sense? Which equals more time. There we go. How's that for girl maths? Oh, have a lovely weekend. Bye.